Hey everyone, welcome back to the ranch. My name is Mark. Today is all about simplicity. I didn't want a really complicated cook today. I didn't want to have to deal with a ton of ingredients and a lot of prep time and a long cook. I just wanted to do something simple that would take a few hours and have it ready to eat. So I landed on chicken thighs, and I've already trimmed up some of the excess fat on them, put some rub all over them, including underneath the skin, and have been having them sit in the fridge now for about 4 or 5 hours to kind of soak up that flavor.
In case you're wondering, I chose not to brine these chicken thighs. A lot of times people will go ahead and dry or wet brine their meat before they smoke it. And because chicken thighs are a dark meat, they're inherently moist. And in my experience, I have found that I haven't needed to brine them ahead of time in order to keep them moist. So this time we're just going to be using the barbecue rub as the flavor, and that's it. I had put the rub on ahead of time, so it's been soaking in some of that flavor now. And that's about it. So enough talking, let's start smoking some chicken thighs. My plan of attack today is to use my Weber kettle, and we're going to smoke the chicken thighs indirectly at about 250 degrees. And as the cook goes along, I'm probably going to try to increase the temperature inside the kettle to be somewhere over 300, maybe 350 degrees, with the hope that as we get closer to the end of the grilling process, it might help to crisp up the skin a little bit. I've got my kettle all set up for indirect cooking, and I've got the coals, and there's this water reservoir here in the slow and sear that helps to regulate the temperature and keep the indirect side a little cooler, so it sort of acts as a heat shield. The water reservoir also adds a little bit of moisture to the air. Chicken thighs are ready to go on. Smoker is about 200, the temperature keeps rising, so we'll put them on now and let them start the process. We are 1 hour into the cook right now, and they are looking pretty good. Nice color. I just took the temperature of these, and they're about 150 degrees, so what I'm going to do is put a little bit of sauce on there and let that caramelize a bit. I want to mention that I'm using a new barbecue sauce that I picked up at one of our local orchards. It's called the Vidalia Onion Spicy Barbecue Sauce. So, never tried this one before, so we're going to see how it tastes on these chicken thighs. I'm about 2 hours into the cook. I just added a little bit more barbecue sauce. We're at about 154 degrees, need to get them to 165. We'll check on them in a bit. Some of the smaller pieces are all done. They're actually about 170, but some of the larger pieces still have a few minutes to go. So I'm going to start taking off some of the small ones. All right, let's check the temperature of these. It's good. Nice. These are all at or a little above temp, so I am going to take them off and let them rest for a few minutes. The chicken came out really good. It was tender, it was moist, had good flavor, good smoke flavor to it. You could taste the rub, especially since I put it underneath the skin this time. And the barbecue sauce had a little bit of a kick to it. I thought it was going to be a little sweeter than it was, but I guess it had spicy in the name, so makes sense. So was happy with it, very simple to make. Total cooking time was about 2.5 hours, I think, from start to finish. And my plan of starting off with that low and slow and then kicking up the temperature worked out well. Started out around 200 or so, and eventually by the time I was done, I think it was closer to 300. So really happy with how this one went. Again, very simple to make. Thanks for joining me, thanks for visiting. If you enjoyed this video, please give it a big thumbs up, share it with your friends, and if you're not already a subscriber to my channel, please click subscribe. Thanks for visiting the ranch.